This is the FCTO Daily Forex News Report for the 7th of May 2013. The Australian dollar dropped sharply as the Reserve Bank of Australia unexpectedly cut rates by another 25 base points to 2.75% today. Markets were generally expecting the central bank to stand pat. In the accompanying statement, the Reserve Bank noted that the inflation outlook afforded scope for further easing to support demand, and the board decided to use some of that scope to encourage sustainable growth in the economy, consistent with achieving the inflation target. The statement implied that there is still some more scope for further easing should the economic outlook worsen. Other data from Australia saw trade balance come in wider than expected at 0.31 billion Australian dollars in March, and the house price index rose much less than expected by 0.1% quarter-on-quarter in Q1. Technically, the Australian dollar US dollar dropped through the 1.0220 support to resume last week's fall from 1.0581. and such a decline should now extend to the 1.0115 support in the near term. Euro-Australian dollar is limited below 1.2887 so far in spite of today's rally, but the near-term outlook remains bullish for another high above 1.2887 to extend the rebound from 1.2218. British pound Australian dollar broke last week's high to a recent rebound from 1.4380. Australian dollar Japanese yen, which is the relatively weak yen cross at the moment, is heading back to 100. European Central Bank President Mario Draghi said yesterday that the central bank is ready to act again if it is necessary and will look at the data on the Eurozone economy in the coming weeks. He noted that there are many complications and consequences to take into account that need to be studied carefully, and the Council has decided to study them to analyse these consequences in order to be able to act if necessary. The ECB lowered the main interest rate to 0.5%, a historical low last week. The euro has struggled in range since then as Draghi opened the door for a negative deposit rate. Another quiet day with few releases but some interesting speeches. EU's Ren and European Investment Bank President Hoyer speak at the EU Parliament Committee on Budgets, following the €10 billion increase of the European Investment Bank's paid-in capital. European Central Bank's Asmussen also speaks on the banking union, and German Finance Minister Schäuble and French Moscovici speak in Berlin. Swiss data will be a main focus in the European session, with unemployment rate, SECO, consumer confidence, and foreign currency reserves featured. The release of German factory orders in March could also get some attention. For all the news affecting the Forex markets throughout the day, join us at forexcurrencytradingonline.co.uk. That's forexcurrencytradingonline.co.uk.